Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for the Power Fantasy Volume 1, the Superpowers. This is the trade collection of the first 5 issues of this ongoing series from Image Comics. Let me tell you, I am very excited to talk about this. We did a review for issue number 1, which I loved, and I actually was reading this month to month, but I fell a little behind. But now, this is the great chance to catch up if you've fallen behind. Here is the collection that has the first 5 issues, the first 5 parts of the story. Let's talk about the creative team before we get into this. This is written by KIERON GILLEN with art by CASPAR WIJNGAARD. In this book, Superpowered, you have certain preconceptions. They are incorrect. Here, that word has a specific technical definition, namely any individual with the destructive capacity of a nuclear arsenal in the US. There are 6 such people on Earth. The planet's survival relies on them never coming into conflict. And that's kind of what this book really is all about. And I think what the team has accomplished to do here is just do a really fun new take on the superhero genre, on what superpowers are, and what happens when the world has been kind of locked in this cold war between these superpowers, right? They each have their own motivations, they each have their own goals, they each have their own moral compass. So, like, as you get to know these characters, you try to understand why they're in this world, why we haven't gone to war. It's really, really interesting because it's not like these are good guys versus bad guys. It's just really like each one of them has their own goals and motivations. Keeping the peace sometimes requires sacrifice, and that's really in the first issue. That's really like kind of the gut punch or the punchline, if you will. But man, oh man, the team's done such a good job. And I remember when this first came out, a lot of people were immediately talking about this and like this is the next Watchmen, and I think this is definitely inspired by some of the concepts of Watchmen, and the talent for sure from the creative team is there. But this is it's such its own thing that it's a lot of fun. I feel like it's kind of revitalized or reapproached the way we look at superheroes and these superpowered individuals. So I'm really, really enjoying this book. It's got a lot of tension. It's got a lot of building characters, but you're never with your guard down, which is I think very interesting. That a book would just kind of keep going and try to dig at those little spots that makes somebody a little bit more anxious, that makes somebody a little bit more tense when reading. But it's all for the effect of the story, and I think it really works. Now, this book would not be brought to life if Caspar Wingard was not doing the art. I think the work that he's doing here, it just surpasses anything I've seen before because it's so many combinations of little things. It feels like a superhero comic, but also feels like so much more than that. The character designs are very cool. They're all very different. They're all like the variety. Also, Caspar Wingard has to draw different ages of super comics or these superpowered individuals in different decades, different ages of their lives, and like all that stuff really adds up, and that's kind of what the world building is doing there. So it really brings all that to the page in such a cool way, and I really love it. I like the way that the colors are used here to represent different eras, to represent their powers. As I mentioned, the characters they all have very distinct designs, especially these 6 superpowered individuals. And the best thing is that there are surprises at every turn. Once you get to the end of an issue, you'll be like, what is going to happen next? And boom, you turn to the last page, and there you have it. So yeah, this book is really fun to read, especially like I said, you're gonna just go through this first volume if you haven't started reading. Um, I had read the first 2 issues, then I fell behind, so I reread everything. Oh my god, it is such a dense world, such a really cool, like every corner of it is lived in. There's little details and things you can see on the art in the background that I haven't even had time to finish looking at. This is going to be about 140 pages, and as of me looking at this retails for $10, which is like, when was the last time we saw an image trade for $10? Now, this is obviously US prices, so that's what I'm seeing here on the MSRP. That is incredible. I mean, just you're getting so much story for the price of what sometimes you get one comic book for nowadays. So I mean that's just on top of all the magnificent things that I talked about earlier. So uh, this is a great way to get into a new universe. This is a great way to get into new comics. I would give this to a new reader because uh, the superhero genre is just such in the culture that it would be fun to kind of subvert some of their expectations and also expand what superheroes can do in the genre. So, if you have read this book, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. If you picked up this trade, let me know down in the comments as well. I can't wait to go to my shop and pick it up. And thank you to Image for letting us take a look at it in advance. So, as always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.